The Democrats versus Santa, a Yuletide impeachment. Now, the final act of the House Democrats' impeachment push will roll out in the next few weeks. Democrats have a very odd advent in store for the American people. Their hope is to hand the president a gift-wrapped impeachment in time for Christmas. For weeks, Americans have suffered through the Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff's mind-numbing hearings, where witnesses claimed that the president did and did not engage in a quid pro quo, when he withheld military aid to Ukraine.
No one on this planet told you that President Trump was tying aid to investigations. Yes or no?
Yes. No one told me directly that the aid was tied to anything. I was presuming it was.
Right. Did you ever talk to President Trump in 2019?
No, I have not.
You were not on the call.
I was not on the call.
And the first time you actually read the transcript of the call was when it was released to the public.
That's correct.
What Schiff's committee failed to do is unearth any convincing evidence that the president should be impeached. Polls supporting impeachment are actually slipping, which we'll get to later in the show with some incredible pollsters. As Democrats swing districts sweat out this impeachment push, concerned about the political penalty they could pay next year, the spotlight moves from Schiff to the Judiciary Committee, which announced hearings next week. Now, this is the time of year when people all over the world look forward to the appearance of a roly-poly man carrying a sack of goodies on his back. Somehow, I don't think this is who they have in mind.
If we get the evidence, if we have very convincing evidence and convincing hearings and people understand what's at stake, I don't think that there will be negative political consequences for protecting the Constitution.
Isn't he cheery, filled with Christmas cheer? Gerald Nadler is chairman of the Judiciary Committee. The congressional source, or a congressional source, tells me that this is the man that Pelosi initially removed from the impeachment inquiry because he so bungled the Mueller hearing. Remember that flop?
The Judiciary Committee will come to order.
I do not intend to summarize or describe the results of our work in a different way. I will not comment on the actions of the Attorney General or of Congress.
Oh. After that tragic showing, Pelosi just wasn't confident in Nadler's ability to make the case. But the Judiciary Committee must draft the articles of impeachment. So it now falls to Nadler to convince Americans that there are grounds to impeach the president, despite the fact that Schiff got nothing. Programming note, next week's hearings in Judiciary will involve constitutional scholars musing on what the founders meant by high crimes and misdemeanors. That should be gripping television. Let's consider the cultural timeline for a moment. Step away from the politics. At the height of the Christmas holidays, are Americans really going to be focused on Nadler or Santa? I took to the streets for answers. This Christmas season, will you be focused on impeachment or Santa Claus and the holidays?
Santa Claus and the holidays.
Absolutely Santa Claus.
Santa.
I'm going to say Santa. Don't judge me.
Santa Claus. And getting rid of the Democrats.
Impeachment. Absolutely impeachment.
Why?
Because it's important.
You won't be focused on impeachment?
Will not.
It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Impeachment is a waste of time.
It's a waste of time. Yeah.
So you're going to be jingle-belling all the way?
I think I'll go to 34th Street, see if there's a miracle there.
Out of the 40 or so people we interviewed, a grand total of 2, and you saw them, said they would be focused on impeachment. Now, the holidays aside, Democrats have a political high bar to leap over here. They face an energized president who is forcefully pushing back, as he did last night in Florida.
It's a scam. It's a hoax. Everybody said that's really but Americans have so much to be thankful for. The economy is booming, wages are rising, crime is falling, poverty is plummeting, confidence is soaring, and America is stronger than ever before.
The economic news is pretty incredible. Jobless claims last week fell by 15,000 unexpectedly. And new government statistics out today show that the U.S. economy grew faster than expected in the third quarter. They revised growth upward to 2.1%. It's going to be awfully hard to impeach a president boasting that kind of record. With scant evidence, hearsay, and an election season around the corner, Democrats may want to get in line at Macy's with that lady right now. A Christmas miracle Maybe the only thing that could save their prospects in the new year.